I wanted to franchise something. I had studied franchise distribution and thought that, man, franchising is the way to really grow a brand. And as long as you can control ownership of the brand, eventually you could sell it and make some money. And that was the beginning of Wingstop. But it was born out of the money I was able to save with the 4 pizza stores. So in 1994, I had enough extra money put aside, again, with all used equipment. I put together the Wingstop concept and opened the first store in Garland, Texas. And that was the beginning of the wing business for me.
Fantastic. So tell us about the menu for Wingstop, because that's the product. And whether it's a restaurant that has a certain cuisine or it's a certain individual element or something you do well, like a pizza or wings, you had high focus on that. What led you to think about wings as the concept for your next, super, it was almost drive-through, because it was, you go in there, take away, you get your bucket and you go home and you eat with friends and watch the game. I mean, it was really, it's a staple in Dallas. You saw Wingstops everywhere.
Yeah, but it's funny. There's this expression that I have, and it goes like, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And sometimes the teacher is not necessarily a person. Sometimes it could be a moment in time. So back up now to when I was a waiter in the 80s. I was a waiter in a fine dining restaurant in Dallas, kind of fine dining. And they had a happy hour every day, Monday through Friday, in the bar. And one of the side jobs of the waiter was to keep the chafing dishes full of the free hors d'oeuvres in there, as well as wait tables. And on Wednesdays, it was Wing Day. Now, this is back in the 80s. This is long before Wingstop, but this is how things stick with you. You kind of break it off and shove it deep down in your pocket and think, I might need this knowledge or this bit of information someday. So on Wednesdays, we would fry up these little tiny chicken wings called wingdings. They were a product by Pierce Foods. I don't know if they still make them. They were very salty. And salt, grease, and sugar are the 3 key ingredients to any addictive food. These had 2 of the 3. It had the grease from the deep fat frying, and they were very salty. And man, we couldn't keep those chafing dishes full. I can remember the general manager came to me and said, "Man, we've done a really good job building this happy hour. Don't you think this happy hour is really catching on?" Wednesday was a bigger happy hour than Friday, or bigger than Thursday. It was Incredible. The biggest happy. And the guy just didn't realize, no, man, here's why. On Wednesdays, we have these wings and people love them. It's something they can't prepare at home. They're deep fat fried. Very few people are willing to do that at home. They're highly seasoned. You get that flavor in your mouth and you can't forget it until next Wednesday, where you're going to go to this happy hour. And we built that happy hour. I never forgot that. And that was a decade preceding the opening of the first Wingstop. But I'm going to tell you, people love fried food. People love chicken. And when you can combine it with some very interesting flavor profiles and some proprietary flavors that we developed with the sauces, wrap it up in a thematic package. And then Wingstop was an aviation, kind of a friendly aviation theme package. Word got out after opened that first store, and people started coming. They drove an abnormal amount of distance to buy these chicken wings because they couldn't get them anywhere else. And once they had that flavor in their mouth, it haunted them. It called them back until they came the next time and the next time. We started doing some crazy business in this little store. My goal was franchising, and I knew finally I have a model that has enough volume and have a favorable enough ratio of investment to sales. And that's one of the key things in any franchise model. You got to have a favorable ratio there. I think I could teach other people to do this. I think other people would buy this business. And in '96, started franchising the first Wingstop restaurant in Dallas, Texas.
There you go.